My opinion is not authentic, and you're not being forced to listen to this story. What I think has happened here with the Psyop is that what they do is they put a natural truth out there and they repeat it until you defend the lie. That is clear as day. A man, that's a man's jaw, that's a man's skull, that's a man's hands. He's being shunned because they didn't want to sit next to a cross-dresser. So you have to understand all of history is a lie, but basic anatomy is that the top of a man's head is very wide and a woman's is very narrow. The backside of a man's skull is longer and wider and thicker. That's a man. So if you wanted to own a bunch of slaves and get away with it, who would you go to convince them to tell the lies, to tell the story of slavery? If you were a bunch of gay men named Israel, what would you do? Enslave a bunch of people with documents to fight for your rights? Did you know that in Israel you can't get married to a gay person in Israel? You have to leave the country. So take that knowledge and use your heads and try to think, where are we? Israel is people. It's not a place, you see, and they were all gay. You understand religion is made up. Everything in religion was written by a man, and it's all a lie. This is the first original sex slave. She was a wife. She was auctioned off in Charleston, South Carolina, to her husband. He tied her up in a room with a rope and beat her. When he trusted her, he let her leave, but tied a rope around her finger. It would become a wedding ring. They were obsessed with mixed girls. The only documented slaves that supposedly ever arrived here were taken off of a boat. Wouldn't it be wild if it was all of us taken off the Titanic by gypsies?